Let's bring in Joel Rubin, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State under Barack Obama and currently the president of the Washington Strategy Group. And Joel, given this rhetoric by an Iranian general, this is nothing new, but also the actions that we're seeing in Syria over the recent weeks. Is Israel and Iran closer than ever to a full-scale confrontation?
Thanks, Tal. Yes, it's clear that the fighting is increasing and that there really are no guardrails to this. And that's what's deeply concerning, is that Israel feels that its northern border in particular needs to be defended. And Iran is engaging in rhetoric and provocative actions. And who's stepping in? Right now, the United States is pulling out. Russia has not put in good faith with its commitments in the past to Israel and the U.S. about pulling back Iran. So we are in a phase right now of uncertainty, and that could lead to unanticipated escalation, which is in nobody's interest.
Joel, what's in the interest of Iran, though, to ratchet up this rhetoric against Israel?
Yeah, David, this rhetoric is irresponsible and it's inflammatory, and Iran is in Syria enforcing the will of a murderous regime. So that's the backdrop. But clearly they're feeling the heat. They're feeling the heat from Israeli attacks, and they're also feeling emboldened that, frankly, Iran right now, its position in the region is extremely strong compared to several years ago. They've meddled in Iraqi politics in a way that's really twisted Iraqi governance towards Iran and against engaging the minority populations in Iraq in an effective way. They're controlling much of the ground in Syria. And not disengaging those, but really engaging more aggressively in Lebanon with Hezbollah and ensuring that the rockets are pointed to Israel. So right now, Iran, while it's feeling the blows from Israel, it does feel like it has a strong hand. And again, it doesn't feel like there are constraints. And the United States pulling out of Syria is one more milestone in why they should feel that they are gaining an upper hand on the ground.
Joel, just briefly, according to Israel's ambassador to the United Nations, Iran spends around $4 billion annually in Syria, and that, of course, translates into big infrastructure. To what extent do you think Israel is really hurting it?
Well, certainly Israel can continue to damage infrastructure, and that's sort of like mowing the grass, as they say, and it can be rebuilt. Ultimately, the longer, more stable solution is going to be where the great powers, where the United States and Russia, get with Iran and get with Israel and others in the region and calm this down. If there are continual fights, continual acts by Israel, it will hurt, but it's not in anybody's interest to see that back and forth, because Iran can strike into Israel as well, and that's damaging to the Israeli people, and we need to try to avoid both of those outcomes.
Joel Rubin, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State under President Barack Obama, currently the president of the Washington Strategy Group. And Joel, good to have you on. Thank you.